I have created the first ever quad exhaust on a CRF 100, and it works, of course. I've also created a dual exhaust on a TTR 125, and a dual straight pipe on a KX 100. I'm going to test out every bike, see how it sounds, and see if it's worth adding a bunch more pipes to your exhaust. This is my TTR 125. I straight piped it, made my own Y pipe, threw two $25 Timu mufflers on there that are carbon fiber, fake carbon fiber of course. It looks beautiful. 90% of dirt bikes only come with one pipe like that. Why do they not come with two? The only bikes that really come with more than one exhaust that have dual exhaust are big dirt bikes or big quads. I've never seen any of these bikes with dual or quad exhaust before, so I did it for myself. The CRF 250R has a dual exhaust, but that's a big bike. I don't have that. I have these small bikes, and I want dual exhaust on my small bikes, and a quad exhaust, of course. So I made this dual exhaust, I made another dual exhaust, and I made a quad exhaust, because we need to know what that sounds like. We need to know if it sounds good, if it sounds different. And all of these work, they all spread out the air pretty evenly. I'm very satisfied with how it came out. I'm gonna test this one and move our way down the line and test everyone out, do flybys, sound tests, or revs, and see if it was worth adding more pipe. Let's make our way back to the beginning when this was just an idea and I had no idea what the heck I was doing. Today we are making a quad exhaust. We're gonna make a custom quad exhaust with 4 pipes on this bike. 1, 2, 3, 4. And on this bike, we're gonna do a dual exhaust. I have like an extra straight pipe for both bikes, so I can put it on, extend it back, and then put a bunch of pipes from there on both bikes. All we need now is just to get a bunch of pipes, start cutting and making an exhaust. I've never made a dual or quad exhaust. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna figure it out. This will come here, and then somewhere back here, it'll split off and have another one.
I want to see the quad tips done first.
No, I say we start with dual, because that should be easier and quicker, and then we'll go to quad.
Bro, this kid wants to
now
easy.
we have to retrieve pipe.
This kid wants to do the easy stuff.
We're gonna try to cut and take old pipe off the old super bike, and then we might have to go shopping. But this is gonna be sick. Imagine 4 pipes coming out right here, 2 here. But I've never owned a dirt bike with dual exhaust, so it's gonna be dope, and it's gonna be homemade. So hopefully it works. But I think it's gonna sound really cool. So dual exhaust, quad exhaust, also straight pipe, so it's gonna be loud. So this is gonna be sick. Let's do this. I'm very excited. This is
acquiring some pipe.
I'm gonna try to use some of these because these are honestly small, so this is like almost the perfect size for there. And then we'll make it bigger at the end at the tailpipe. But I'm gonna try to see if I can use some of this stuff. But we're gonna have to go buy pipe too.
There's the air.
So we cut some pieces off the super bike. We got 2 Y pipes. This one's a little deformed. And then we got a bunch of little pipes. So honestly, 85% of what we would need for the 4-piece. Then the 2-piece, we'll probably have to get other pipe. I don't know how we'll figure it out. But we'll do some rigging and stuff. Got a bunch of pipes here that I think we can make work. Now I'm thinking maybe this for the tip. Let's start cutting. Can maybe somehow I'll tap it into there. I have 2 pipes, and obviously we'll change the tips. This is what we got going. I got this cut, I got that cut. Little flap in there. I put a flap so some air will pass by and some air will shoot over here. Now, this is ready to be welded. Fits close enough. We got a little flap in there to help get more air. Pretty close. Once I put the pipe on, it's pretty even. I welded that other piece on, now I'm welding another piece on, and we'll see how it goes. Look at this. Finally it's coming together. Now, as you can tell, I'm like a professional welder, so basically this was the first weld, second one, and the third one. Now, I have no experience with welding really, but the first one was a mess. Second one was a mess, and the third one was a mess, but less of a mess. I think these will hold. I think we'll be all right here. This thing is basically ready. I'm just kind of waiting on 2 tips. I'm gonna put on 2 tips, and then we'll move to the quad exhaust. See, it's coming together. I almost want to test it right now. $25 mufflers orders from Temu to come for the TTR. That exhaust is basically done. It needs to be like cleaned, smoothed out, painted, throw the tips on and kind of adjust it from there. But I was like, all right, I guess it's time to start the quad exhaust. But you know what? I was talking to one of my Instagram subs on DMs, and he was saying, it's like, oh, you should do it to a two-stroke. And I thought about it. And I mean, I guess now is a better time than ever, right? We're doing a video on this, so I might as well try to make a duel for this too. Now look how this, oh wow. Look at that curve. Just like a rubber boot. Just like a rubber boot that slides on there. Took a little bit too long, but made an adapter to this pipe, from the super small one to this big pipe. So now I need to like go down, left, a bunch of stuff. It's not gonna be perfect, but I got like a turn there, and I've got this to go backwards. I'm gonna weld this onto here like this, and that's gonna go upwards, and then somewhere around here, I'm gonna adapt it to this. Now I'm either gonna rock these as the tips, or I'm gonna add some bigger tips on. So this puzzle has been professionally welded together, as you can see in my very clean welds. Now I have a very big decision to make. From here, like that. It's not perfectly straight, but I think we can straighten it out and weld more. The real decision is, do I just throw this on somewhere around here, call it a day, do something like that? I think I gotta do that. I think I have to do that. Come on. We got this puzzle piece all done. This basically, it's still hot. Goes in, and then the 2 to 1 piece can weld to here. And then the tips, I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I was thinking about leaving it this color, but I'm gonna like sand it down or whatever, make it look like this. This looks great. It's like perfect exhaust color. Alright, this is, after all of the work, this is basically the little piece we've had. A little flip, and then to 2. I gotta fill this huge gap right here. And hopefully I can line it up good. We'll see. It's all done. Not the prettiest, but it holds. Luckily, we can also pin it exactly where we want and then weld it to here. Boom, that's pretty close to centered. That is almost perfect. Almost perfect. I think I'm gonna just leave it how it is. I got this little bracket hooked up to a bolt on each side here. A little rigged up, but no one will see that because it's hidden by the fender, I think. We're solid. Then I'll literally just tighten the clamp up there and this thing's good. Honestly, it's time to move on to the quad exhaust. Oh my God, I just realized the plastic. How am I gonna get the plastic to fit? I think I'm gonna have to just bend it and force it in. It might go. I think I could put this here and then bend the bottom down, put a spacer for this one. I think, well, I completely forgot. So I'm gonna have to rig up the plastics on this and the TTR and probably the CRF. But so this plastic has this huge flap that like slides into somewhere or something. I'm just gonna completely cut this off and I think it'll go on easily. All right, so I trimmed this off and I'm realizing right here is gonna be hitting the plastic. So I need to like wrap this and heat proof something. This is called a Dremel. You probably know what this is. And I ordered a bunch of these discs a few weeks ago and I've gone through like so many. I've gone through like 5 or 6, 7. I gotta say, I'm so glad I bought a bunch of these because I've been using this Dremel so much. This is one of the most helpful tools ever. I've been using the crap out of this. After a lot more trimming, these actually fit a lot better than they used to. They used to be like out like this, but now they're a lot better, a lot tighter on both sides. So it's honestly better. I don't know why this doesn't line up, but I mean, these are aftermarket plastics, so they weren't perfect, but now definitely better than before. It is time to start the quad exhaust. I'm going to take off this old pipe. I have an extra straight pipe. I'm going to put it on. And I'm going to start figuring out how the heck I'm going to do this. At the beginning of this video, you saw us cutting up the Superbike exhaust. And this is what we got from them. It's 2 Y pipes that are kind of ovally and big, but we'll make them work. Now, basically, I got 2 Y pipes, a bunch more pipe that's like this, And then we got that big pipe like on the KX. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this or the big pipe for the tips. It'd be cool to have 4 mufflers, but I don't think we have the room, and I don't want to spend a bunch of money on mufflers, and it's gonna be quiet. So using this, and this, we're gonna make a quad exhaust. So this is gonna go here. We're gonna have to divide it up a bunch. I don't know how the heck. And look at the difference. Look at the difference. Perfect. Boom. Shout out to this CRF 50 bolt kit I bought on eBay a long time ago. This basically fits all the dirt bikes I have and all the vehicles I have. So this is like perfect. I've used these a lot too. It's very helpful. That's not too far off. I can cut off a piece, make a sleeve, clamp that right onto there. I'm gonna split this in half and put these. This is gonna be a puzzle. I'm really curious to see how we paint them. I love painting. I painted lots of stuff. You might originally have seen me from that, but I don't know what we're gonna paint them. I don't know. I'm gonna save this bend for later. Well, honestly, I could shorten it, make a sleeve. Ooh, this is not a bad idea. All right, so it bends that way. So I've got a sleeve, and I got this pipe which I shortened and put slits in. So basically, pop that on there. That's already pretty snug, so honestly, just a squeeze with a clamp will be good. We need like 2 pipes here, 2 pipes here. So if we go here, it's too far out to the side. So I might be better off going like that. That looks pretty sick. That does look pretty sick, I will say that. I'll let you know when I make some progress. I got a big decision to make here, big decision. Am I gonna go out the back like that, or like that? That just looks meh. I feel like I gotta go like that. Right? So this holds the OEM exhaust, so I can't cut it off. So I'm hitting it. So I gotta do like kind of down low here. Alright, that first bend, and this hole is cut for the first pipe to go out of. Then we'll have another one coming this way. I'm gonna weld this to this, so the first weld on this will be completed. I decided I'm gonna weld these 2 pieces together, something like that. Maybe put a piece of metal in between for support, or maybe just weld it directly, I don't know. Once they're together, it'll be easier to just like hold one side so I can mock up where things go, but got the second piece welded here. It's gonna look basically something like this. Actually, more like that. It's gonna look something like that. It's gonna go this way, go sideways in here, sideways into here. All right, we got this piece done, which will go on something like that. Now I need to figure out how I'm gonna connect this to this. So I'm gonna go back and build a tube this way, and then I'll connect it to this later. I need to go from this size pipe to this. I just remembered that we have to test and make sure it divides the exhaust evenly. So I just very slightly welded it on, just enough so I don't have to hold it while I try to run it. We got this piece here. Then we got this piece that connects to that, and then it goes around, splits into 2. It's time to start welding. This is welded in place. I need to weld this to this, this to this, and this to the other piece, while also lining it up perfectly. And once it's all welded, I mean, I can rotate it left and right, so it's all right if it's a little like that, because I can rotate this, but I need to get everything else right. I just kind of eyeballed it. There. I gotta say, this project is great because now I can weld. I mean, not good, as you can see, but I can weld, and it holds, and that's what matters. I've got to start making custom exhausts for every vehicle I have, but look at this. Like, it's not a Ferrari. We don't have to be perfect. I can make huge gaps and just fill the gaps. I don't care. This is now professionally welded. So basically, I'm gonna go like this. Line it up the way I want. Throw a zip tie around to hold it. Get it absolutely as close as possible, perfect. Weld here, take it off, finish the weld all the way around, and then connect the other side. Luckily, the fender is gonna cover, like on all these little builds, most of the welds will get covered by plastics. And the ones that don't get covered by plastics, I'll smooth out and make look good. That's not perfect, but it's pretty dang close. And we could always move the tips, but that honestly is pretty close to perfect. So, bzz, bzz, right there. Look at this. Custom exhaust. This is done. Now I need to modify this edge a little bit just so I can reach. It's not turning enough. So I just need to cut the edge a little bit so I can turn it more. This thing gets really hot. I did a slight startup. It sounds different. It sounds cool. I like it. There are no leaks, and the exhaust fumes come out perfectly even. I cannot believe it. So we need to figure out, we need 4 equal length pieces, and we also need to decide how far. This is a pipe from a Timu exhaust. If only I had 4 of these identical, then honestly, like, that would be perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, but I don't. Dang, that would be sick, but I don't. Something special came. I was starting to be concerned, but it came. 1, 2. For the TTR dual exhaust. Oh man. We got 2 of these. So on the TTR we'll have 3 different versions. We'll have no mufflers, mufflers with baffle, mufflers without baffle. Look how legit that looks. This looks so legit. Oh, come on, bro. Come on. Actually, I have 3 of these now, so 1 for fun and 2 for the TTR. This looks legit. This looks like a motorcycle fit. That's awesome. I got some more decisions to make. So each one of these is 8 inches. And I have to figure out if I want this length, shorter, in, spread out. I don't know. I smoothed out these edges and sanded here, so I can weld these. I think now I just need to like tap them all to the equal length, put them on. I think I'm gonna just do like this, make them look like that, gapped out, spaced up. Alright, well, as you can see, it's not perfect, but it honestly, to the naked eye, quick look, it looks perfect. So, obviously, we could tilt and move it left and right, but the gaps and the angle, it's not perfect, but it's gonna work. Made a bracket here. There was just a random hole in this metal piece, so I put a bolt through it. Put this little piece here. I'm gonna weld this right here. Bzz, bzz, perfect. Yo, I just realized how tilted and sideways this is. For it to be centered over the wheel, it's like that. And it's super sideways. Whew. Alright, the final... notice how ugly this is now. The final touch. I welded the exhaust to the frame. Because it was... I got lazy, okay? It's getting a little dark, and it's cold. We're gonna do this anyways. I got it taped off here. Let's see, does this paint? Oh, yeah. This is high temp, of course, exhaust paint. Oh man, it does not look good. I think you get the point here. Look at that. This is as far as we can go. Honestly, that's fine. Maybe like that. I'm doing some math and calculations. Honestly, the fenders will fit pretty good with this. I just need to bend this one just a little, so that's not really an issue. Like to push in all the way, I just gotta bend this little flap a little bit. Not a big problem. This side is higher than the other side, just a little bit. Yeah, can you really tell? It's really not. It's not bad. It's not. This Timu exhaust came with this little hook spring, and then like a hook here, and then a disconnected hook. We welded this little hook on here, so now we got this on here. Shouldn't go nowhere. It might rotate, but honestly, if I really want, I'll just weld this. I don't care. Bam. Done on both sides. This is looking pretty sick. Wow. If anything, just like a little rotate this way, a little up. Support. Might be up a little more on the right side than the left, but barely. Don't watch. This is gonna be painful. Battery's not ready. I just realized I forgot the exhaust gasket. It goes at the front. So we're gonna do a startup. We're gonna do a startup and pray that it does not leak. So don't want to take this apart. Yes. Oh, it's good. Oh my god. that sounds like a real legit bike. Okay. So these have baffles. These both have baffles. We're going to try with baffles, without baffles. Maybe even take them off and just try the normal pipe. No exhaust leaks. This sounds so crisp. Yes! Here's this. Is it dry? It's dry. This is in. It lined itself up, honestly, like perfectly. I just need to snug it up. I don't really, honestly, maybe I should have left it the other color. I don't know how I feel about that, but tips are dope. These Temu mufflers came with a nice little sticker. It's not real, it's fake, and I don't know where I would even put it. Do a quick oil change on each bike, because I care about my bikes. Oil change on both bikes. Okay, the oil on this bike is not looking very good. I mean, we did run it on olive oil as engine oil, but, you know, that shouldn't damage anything. Yeah, it's oily though. Oh, there's metal in there. I saw what I'm pretty sure is metal in the oil, but honestly, I genuinely don't have any worry at all at this point. This thing just doesn't care. Is that metal? Well, I think it's fine. It's fine. So we got mashed potato gravy as oil. I didn't really like that old look that we had, so I got like more pipe. This is like $50, ignore that, but I think this looks better. And I mean, they're not lined up perfectly, but I think this thicker, bigger pipe, the length is probably okay. But I think these bigger circles make it look a lot more legit. And now you could honestly see more how off-centered it is. I did an oil change on my bike, and I forgot to plug the drain plug, and all the oil dumped out. So all the oil I bought and used is gone now, and I have to fill it up again. I have not done any hidden testing off camera, so I'm very excited to see what actually these all sound like, especially when they're under load and driving. Later, we'll try to surprise my friend and get his reaction, because I think he'll appreciate how dope all this is. Let's start off with this thing with the baffles in. And also, maybe we'll take off the mufflers later and just try the straight pipes. This is just so sick, bro. This is so sick. This looks so good. Oh my gosh. Why do they not make it like this from factory? Like, I've never seen a small bike with anything like this. This is so sick. I did an oil change on this and the red bike, so they're both prepared, ready to go. I also put a Temu air filter on. I'll show you in a little bit, but it is time to cold start this to see how it sounds. That sounds pretty good. No exhaust leaks. These all came out almost perfect. What's absolutely shocking, and I'm so happy, it spread out the air pretty evenly, like really evenly. It honestly spreads out the exhaust almost perfectly dead even. I'm so surprised. I split it up and stuff get away, but it works great. All right, we gotta warm this thing up so we can rev it. I really want to see what this is like with the baffles. I think it might sound like a beast with the baffles out. The original plan was do a dual straight pipe, but I ended up ordering just one of these for fun for my Snapchat, and it was so sick. I'm like, I think we need to put this on here. Now it's here. Sounds really crisp. That sounds very good. There's no exhaust leaks. I cannot believe it. Let's do a few pulls, maybe a flyby. I really want to take the baffles out. I think that's, like, this sounds sick, but it could be a little louder. This sounds good and very crisp, but I really just want to do the real testing with the baffles out. So I'm going to take these baffles out. I just need an Allen key. See? That's kind of restrictive, so all the air has to go through these holes to come out of here. And I could also cut it. Maybe we'll do that eventually if we want this looking tip, because this looks a little weird. I'm gonna put these back in because this is how I'm gonna rock it permanently, but just cut that open. Double hand warmers. It looks good, it sounds good. It's not the craziest thing, doesn't sound insane. It looks good, sounds good. That's a win. The sprocket's so big, we can't even get any top speed. I was launching in 5th gear down there, but it doesn't matter, it's not gonna sound any different. So this one looks the best and looks the most legit. Now we're gonna go over to the KX, which looks pretty good, probably gonna be the loudest. And then the CRF looks decent, and it's probably gonna sound the craziest. I think. I don't know. We'll find out. I haven't even started this yet like this, so I wonder what this is going to sound like. I have a feeling this is going to be loud. Last time we ran this, we ran it on nitro fuel and it revved to the moon, so hopefully it doesn't blow up today. Wow, I can hear it. Oh my god. What the heck? Sounds like it's drowning. This thing's sick. It looks sick. Looks like a race bike now. running this thing on like a different fuel and like the engine was revving like crazy and it sounded really bad. The engine has like a knocking, ticking sound. It sounds kind of weird. So I'm kind of concerned that the engine might blow up, but we'll just drive it and see what happens. I'm going to do some tests nearby, so if anything goes wrong, we're good. And then later on, we'll go to a huge straightaway and do some real ripping. That is way too loud. You could hear it echoing in the woods like it's a bomb. This looks better than it sounds. If I lived somewhere where noise doesn't matter, maybe I'd keep it on. It's so loud, I just can't keep this on. More for looks, because it doesn't really sound that cool. Like, it just sounds loud. We're done with this. Let's move our way over to the quad exhaust and see how sick adding more pipe sounds. Pipe number one.
What the hell? Did you weld that yourself?
Yeah.
That's sick. That's sick.
Yeah.
That's so cool. That one's nice. I like this one. That's way loud.
Yeah.
I want to hear this one. That one or this one?
Yeah.
This is funny looking.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
cool.
look that good.
Yeah, it's funny. Those tips are huge. Like,
Yeah. It is finally time to test out the quad exhaust. I don't know if we're going to do all the testing because it's kind of hard to see in the snow. But we're going to start this up at least. And also, before the video ends, we're going to take the mufflers off the TTR and try that with just like a straight pipe dual exhaust because that was really loud. So this is running on E85, so it's going to be a pain to start, but we got some starting fluid. I think it sounds really cool. I like it. It definitely sounds different with these, and the exhaust is split up pretty dang good, which is shocking. So it puts air pretty evenly out of all of them. It might do some good kill switch explosions in the exhaust. We'll find out. Does that sound cool though?
Yeah.
Like it really sounds. It sounds like something unique is going on here. Hopefully we can get some crazy backfires. Ooh. One of these builds has got to be a world's first. Everything turned out amazing. Thank you all for watching.
Very nice.